Buff Metal back with another video. Today's rant, we're going to be talking about Troma movies. What's going on, guys? Yeah, man, if you don't know what Troma movies are, power to you, because holy balls, if there's one knee-jerk reaction that I have to 99% of these movies, it's... Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. So if you don't know, these are produced by Lloyd Kaufman, who's like just he's almost like if you took, what's the dude from Marvel, Stan Lee? If you took Stan Lee and you made him sadistic and you know, kept the level of like blockbusteriness like that high, you know, where it's like so big and over the top, but at the same time, everything that we're, you know, taking in is just the most sadistic, malevolent, juicy, pulpy, fucking gore-filled nastiness. It's like all of that rolled into, you know, one with pretty much any movie that's Troma that you watch. Yeah, dude, so I'm going to be going through some of the ones that I like and some of the ones that I think are, like, kind of cool. I'll let the trailer play in the background. Now, mind you, I haven't seen some of these in a while. I know what I like, and I mean, some of them are due for a rewatch, so I'll bring them up anyway, and maybe we can chat about them, and again, dude, yeah, maybe my memory isn't so fresh, but is that really the point? Do we really fucking care? Let's just talk about some good shit, and dude, I hope if you've never seen a Troma movie that you traumatize yourself with one of these, because they are absolutely disgusting, all right? So first up, starting kind of in like, you know, their most mainstream project, the Toxic Avenger, all right? The Toxic Avenger, if you don't know, it's about a dude who's a freaking nerd. He gets thrown into a bucket of toxic waste and gets turned into the Toxic Avenger. So I'm going to let the trailer play in the background while I do this shit. Oh, there's Lloyd Kaufman, all right? So that's the guy, the man behind all this work. He's made a few appearances in mainstream movies like the Suicide Squad and stuff like that, but regardless, the Toxic Avenger is one of the first movies that they kind of came up on. And again, it's a nerd, gets dunked in a vat of acid. Now, you'll notice in Troma movies that acid is, yeah, look at this freaking dork. Acid and, like, toxic waste seems to be, like, a main theme. Now, again, this is a great place to start. If you've never seen a Troma movie, I highly recommend you go watch this one. It's bad-natured. It's got, like, mean humor in it. It's gross. It's over the top. They beat this nerd into oblivion. They treat him like garbage. And then he has his revenge. But, dude, the bad guys are so over the top bad and sadistic for no reason. And it's so goddamn funny at points. Like, there's a scene in here where people are driving around like the bad guys. And they're like, yeah, man, who should we run over with the car, man? We could run over that old lady, man. We could run over those kids, man. And they're just like, you're watching it going, this can't be a thing. Like, dude, this movie takes the violence, and especially in a couple of scenes, so over the top that you're like, holy balls, dude, what the hell am I watching? Yeah, dude, you'll be going, I don't know, bro. Especially in this scene. This scene specifically that they're showing right now has like one of the worst, most like depraved scenes that you will see in anything. So yeah, dude, the Toxic Avenger, this is really the movie that, I mean, I don't know the history of Troma, but to me, when you think of Troma, this is like the staple film, right? This is the one that you want to throw on and get to know before anything else, because I think it sets the tone for the rest of the films that they've put out really well. And dude, honestly, at the end of the day, like, as bad and as like horrid as this movie is, and, you know, bad-natured as it can be at times, it's also, like, kind of got a lot of heart. Yeah, there are great kills, like gym kills in there and stuff, too. Yeah, man, it's got a lot of heart. It's, like, a good, I don't know, I hate to say, like, it's hard to say it's a good vibe, but, like, dude, if you're going to watch any of these, especially if you're going to watch one with your wife or girlfriend, this might be one of the ones to consider, but then again, you know, you never know. I don't know how your girls are with this stuff, or if you're a girl, how your boys are with this stuff, because holy balls was this over the top. And again, so much toxic waste and blood and pus and guts and then banging and boobs and everything else, dude. It's just loaded, filled to the brim. Now, let's start talking about another movie, Class of Nuke 'Em High trailer. Now, if you haven't seen the Class of Nuke 'Em High, this is a great, like, another movie that's awesome to, let's see, to like kind of throw on first if you've never seen a Troma movie. This is kind of that same formula, right? Dude, there are some kids, they're smoking some toxic grass, dude, and it turns them into, like, so they start getting all this, like, you know, these crazy delusions and stuff. And dude, it's a freaking awesome movie. It's great. And again, I like something I like about Troma that's evident in this one is it goes to show like how society works a bit. You know, basically what leads to the fallout is that this freaking guy, who's like big business in with the toxic waste stuff, he basically is like, the safety protocol, the hell with that, we need to make money. And I mean, if there was any thesis to a lot of Troma movies, I would say that's it, where it's like, there's some greedy businessmen, and they need to do what they gotta do, and the protagonists are usually idiots. Check these guys out, the Cretans. This is a very punk-feeling movie. I typically would say that they're like metal, but at the same time, they're very punk, too. You know what I mean? There's something very punk about all the Troma films. Yeah, look, this is after they smoke the bad grass and do all the stuff that parents tell you not to do on party nights in high school, you know. It's just crazy, man. It's so over the top. Yeah, you got the Cretans who are these, like, it's like if the punks in Return of the Living Dead took toxic waste, you know, and became the super version of themselves, and they were the main bad guys in the movie, you know, like, that's who the Cretans would be in this. So, yeah, dude, if you've never seen Class of Nukem High, highly recommend that you go do this. Now, let's go to a strange one here. Father's Day trailer. Here's where the list starts getting, like, fucking unreal, dude. No, not Father Stu, not Marky Mark. Father's Day trailer. This Father's Day, man, I forget how they're associated with Troma, but I don't know if they're like the parent company or a sister company or something, but in some way the connection is there. Now this, I mean, at least I think, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure this is a Troma movie, right? Yeah. Regardless, yeah, it is. There we go. So the thing is with Father's Day, man, this is one of the wildest, strangest, craziest horror movies you'll ever see. This is so over-the-top disgusting, and there are so many scenes that you go, at, like, holy fucking balls. Now, what happens in this movie, this is great if you're a fan of, like, Hobo with a Shotgun and shit. Very much the same kind of vibe. Now, on Father's Day, once a year, the main bad guy, who's named the Fuckman, comes to... tough to say because censorship. He comes for all the dads on Father's Day, right in the dude, and he comes from behind. Let's just say, see, yeah, you'll kind of get the hint. And this is probably this actually is the first place I ever heard the movie Twink. I'm pretty sure that character's name is Twink, or at least he is the Twink. He's like a gay prostitute, and he ends up tied up in all this. And then there's like the main good guy who's like, I don't try and fight the fuckman anymore. But dude, like, this movie is so over the top and so bizarre and filled with so much, like, oh, Jesus Christ. Again, like, you're watching it and you're like, I don't know how or where this is going or how this is going to end. But there are so many scenes of, like, again, just what the fuck, dude. Like, it is such a bizarre, bloody, gruesome, nasty film, dude. Yeah, I don't even have much more to say about it. Again, it's super low budget. Look at it. It's got that like 70s grindhouse effect still on it though, which I love. And as you can see, the blood, guts, and gore are plentiful, dude. You will have an absolute blast watching this if you can handle it. Because let me tell ya, like all these movies, triple X rated, Buster Brown. Absolutely freaking nasty. Yeah, man. So, but this one always stuck out to me as one of the crazier ones on the list. Now, if you're like, Jesus Christ, man, how about something I can watch with my girl or my guy friend or your significant other or something that isn't maybe so, like, fucked? Then try this one, Lolly Love trailer. Now, this is cool, man. This should get you guys thinking. This is Jenna Fisher from The Office. So, what's her name in The Office? Pam from The Office. And James Gunn, the guy who directed Suicide Squad and a bunch of other new movies that are out. He does a bunch of, like, the DC and Marvel shit. I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff. But regardless, this freaking movie, awesome. So, now what this is about, dude, is Jenna Fisher and James Gunn are feeling bad about being celebrities, and like, you know, they don't really dig or on themselves, essentially. Like, basically it's a parody of themselves. And so the whole point of the movie is that they go out to inspire homeless people. Now, through doing this is the most like PG-13/R rated one, by the way. It's not as graphic or intense as the others, and it's a mockumentary, so it's like, it's not exactly you know, like as plot heavy as the others. But regardless, man, dude, if you're an independent filmmaker, you should watch this. You know, if you want to make movies and stuff, you should watch this just to get an idea of how the frick it's done, dude. This is such a great, funny, like, you know, crazy little story. Yeah, he paints these pictures and he wraps lollipops in them and he gives them out to homeless to, you know, inspire them to not be bums or something, is what he says, man. And it's absolutely awesome. I can't believe Jenna Fisher's in here and she kills it. They're both hilarious. You got like the cast from Scooby-Doo, or you know, one of the girls from Scooby-Doo, the original, or the 2000s movie. I love that movie, fun fact. But yeah, and then whoever that guy is, I always forget his name. But yeah, dude, this is an awesome movie, dude. You should definitely check out Lolly Love. It's funny, over the top, but not as much as the others. This is, like I said, the tamest on the list. I just wanted to give it a mention because I always liked this movie. I thought it was like impressive, especially for what it is. And yeah, I think you could have a good time with it. Now, let's get back to the fricked up shit Combat Shock trailer. Now, this movie, dude, this is the first Troma movie I ever saw. Now, Combat Shock, dude, basically I think a guy goes to Vietnam. I haven't seen this in years, man. It's been so many years. And I'll say this, it left an everlasting impression on me. Now, I might butch the plot and stuff a little bit, but holy balls, dude, is this unfreaking hinged. Now, this guy, this is like Taxi Driver on acid, you know? So this guy is in war. I think he gets in like some kind of infection with Agent Orange or something like that, and he comes back and he has a fucking like mutant baby. And yeah, dude, as you can imagine, Troma, they take everything to level 10, you know what I'm saying? And this was no different. Now picture Taxi Driver, but freaking worse. Taxi Driver is great, man. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, right? How could it be any worse than that? That's already a pretty messed up graphic movie. Well, Combat Shock is how. This movie is just unreal. I can't really speak much more on it. I'll say this, the ending scene, how this all ends up playing out at the end. I remember just sitting there and going, oh my God, what am I watching? Holy balls. You start like sweating during some of these, man, where you're like, holy balls, this cannot be this crazy. This cannot be this intense and like X-rated, but there it is, man. This is as intense as I can get with movies, by the way. This is one of those movies you watch and you want to take a shower. Just look at how greasy everybody looks in it. You know, there's their freaking mutant baby, and it's got this, like, crazy scream. It's like, eh. Yeah, look at that little shit. Dude, yeah, so, yeah, there's lots of, like, dirty, junky shit and heroin and, like, dude, it just goes into the whole societal underbelly thing in such a nasty, nasty way. And, dude, this is one of those ones not for the faint of heart, man, dude. If you're going to watch this, just realize you're getting into something else. You're going to be in for a real fucking, I don't even know what, man. So I'm not going to speak much more on it because I don't want to be a total poser because, like I said, I haven't watched this in years. But I wanted to give this a shout out because holy balls do I remember this being fucking crazy. All right. Poultrygeist trailer. Now, do not be put off by the name. Holy shit. No, not Poultrygeist. We want Poultrygeist trailer. I just watched this movie the other day recently with, oh God, it's not going to come up. Poultrygeist trailer. I watched this the other day with my wife, and this is the one I was talking about, man. Big mistake. Now, do not be put off by the title. Do not think that because this is called Poultrygeist that it's some kind of joke. This was one of the grossest, fucking most blood-filled. This is the, in my opinion, this is the Troma movie, okay? Like, if you want everything to the max, all the way maxed, the message to the max about corporate greed, but fucking stupid liberal college age hippies at the same time. If you want buckets and buckets of blood. If you want the kills that will blow your mind and make you feel sick to your stomach, this has all of that to the extreme. There is sex, blood, and violence in this. Like you've never seen. They said that you would see some of this in regular studio films, but yeah, dude, I'm not kidding. This is the absolute creme de la creme of fuckery, of fucked upness. I don't even know what else to say, man. It's just, dude, you get this like defunct chicken. They all work at American Chicken Bunker, which is like this military fucking like military themed like KFC, which is hilarious. And all these people start eating this infected fucking chicken. And dude, this is the grossest movie. Like, I was watching this, and again, this is not just remember. I watched it yesterday? And 2 days ago. I was sitting here getting like lightheaded, feeling sick from watching this. It was one of those, man, where I was like, oh fuck. And I'm watching my wife. My wife's just going like this the whole time. She can't even stomach it, dude, at all. I had to finish it on my own. We cut it halfway through, dude. It was just like, there was so much nastiness. But just taking the film for what it is probably Lloyd Kaufman's best movie. You know, like, again, I'm not the aficionado on his stuff. There's some on, some of his bigger ones I haven't seen. There's The Boy Lloyd. I haven't seen Terra Firma or Romeo and Juliet, but from what I've seen so far, this is the most brutal, disgusting movie I've ever seen. And dude, if you're dude, what do you think this guy does with this chicken? You know what I'm saying? This redneck named Carl Jr. You know what he does with that chicken? Yeah, you know what he does with it. Fucking rednecks. Yeah, man. Dude, it was an absolutely absurd watch. It's a musical, and the music's good and funny in it, so like, don't be put off by that. You'll still be entertained and revolted and like, what the fuck, by everything in the musical. And there's a fucking chicken lord or whatever the fuck comes out at the end. The way this fat guy dies is one of the most memorable things you'll ever see in a horror movie. So dude, if you've never seen Poultrygeist, make it your mission to see Poultrygeist. I mean, and good luck. Godspeed to you, man. That fucking movie, I needed like a scrub with acid, not fucking toxic waste like they're talking about. Like, I needed a fucking bath, like a straight up like sauna to sweat that movie out or something. It would just fucking crawled under the skin and died in there and was so nasty. But I think that's it. I'm trying to rack my brain and remember if there were any others. We did, here's probably the final list that I'll leave you with. Ready? We got, first, check out Toxic Avenger. I love that movie. Check out Class of Nuke 'Em High, a great one, little tamer. You could probably watch that one with your significant other. Combat Shock, nasty as all holy balls, gritty. Horrible. Oh, last one here. We'll do one more movie. Redneck Zombies trailer. Here we go, guys. Last one, Redneck Zombies, dude. Yeah, if you haven't seen this is a trip, dude. This is another one of those movies, man, that if you've ever thought about making an independent film or something, like, to me, this is how the freak you do it. And again, we got toxic waste. All the elements are there. Zombies, things going awry, the military being completely, filled with morons and unable to help in any kind of way. Crazy movie, man. Lots of blood, guts, and honestly, this one, though, it's just fun. This is one of the funner ones I've seen. It's a little lighter than the rest, It's not as like, oh my fuck, like this makes me dizzy with, like what WTF vibes. This is like actually like a fun, gory zombie movie that like, I think anyone can have a blast with. It's an acid trip. I mean, I think they they do. One of the characters takes acid in this, and dude, the camera work and everything and like the effects, super cool, super out there. Big fan of it, man. This was awesome. And then there's this character, the Tobacco Man. You got to give a shout out to him because hands down, that was the creepiest, best part of the movie. So again, guys, if you haven't seen Redneck Zombies, dude, this is a worthy entry for your Troma watching. And I was a big fan. So the only other movie I think I left out was Troma's War. I remember watching that and liking it back in the day, but it's a little different vibes than the rest of these. I figured this for my audience might be these might be the ones that I would want to recommend. So yeah, if you've never seen these, let me know. What do you think? Do you need a fucking drink after if you've seen them, tell me. Like, if you're like me, I need a drink when I'm done with fucking Troma movies, man, and a shower. I'm like, holy fucking balls, dude. These are, they're basically brutal death metal, like the movie. You know what I mean? Like, they're all the way cranked up to 10 and on acid. So go check it out if you haven't seen it. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Troma. Hoo hoo!